The Walking Dead Part 2 review is out now on yourmoviesucks.org. It'll be on YouTube within a week, but you can watch it there early. So I just watched Bad Grandpa, and even though I didn't have that high of expectations for it, I was still left disappointed. For a movie that's a cross between Jackass and Borat/Bruno, it's nowhere near as good as any of those things. It had some funny moments, I chuckled. Highlights of the movie were the dick in the vending machine and the child beauty pageant, but even though I consider that second scene to be a highlight, by the time it hit that point in the movie, I found myself unable to laugh at it. The cash throwing, the woman's face, and the hesitant single clap were all in the trailer, and I had already seen them before. Having the restraint to keep just one of those shots from appearing in the trailer would have granted me an extra laugh, but you gotta sell this movie somehow. The child actor might have been okay for a child actor, but that's just another way of saying he sucked. I'll give him props for keeping his composure when he needed to, and maybe that's what matters most in this type of film, but absolutely nothing was convincing. Part of what made Borat and Bruno is that the touch-ups and reshoots were done convincingly enough to make them seem like they were actually a part of the scene. But over and over in this movie, I just kept hearing Jeff Tremaine in my head shouting to that little kid, "Yeah, just turn around in your seat and act as if Johnny Knoxville is doing something really funny right now. Just pretend he's there so that we can edit this shot into his scene later and we can pretend that this is your reaction to what's actually happening even though we filmed this separately." And it happened so fucking often. Every time they did a reshoot or touch-up, it was glaringly obvious. After he parks after crashing into the penguin and he's like, "Sit back, kid, watch me argue with those people." That's a reshoot. When he knocks over the biker gang's bikes, that's a reshoot. Like, how obvious was it that they got them to react that way after they revealed they'd been shooting a movie? Like, hey, could you all look outside and react as if your bikes got hit for us? So for a movie that sells itself as this is funny because it's actually happening, is it not then a legitimate complaint to say that so much of it didn't feel genuine? Don't get me wrong, there were some funny reactions. That one lady at bingo looked like she was having the time of her life. But this movie is just so underwhelming in every single way. Nothing shown was really that extreme or outrageous. I mean, the 14A rating here in Canada was already a little telling. Fart jokes and people falling over can be funny, but it's best to make sure that that's not just the whole movie. Johnny Knoxville did not do a bad job acting in this movie, and his performance was pretty funny, but he is nowhere near the level of improv genius as Sacha Baron Cohen. And that's fine, his main specialty is hurting himself, but even that was underwhelming. You flew through a window onto a mattress, great. And you know what? I thought Jackass #2 was fantastic. It was definitely not a movie where I felt underwhelmed, and in that area, I would say Jeff Tremaine mastered his craft. And you know, it took him a while to get to that point, so it's possible that if he keeps doing these types of films, he might get better at that too. But for now, I would say stick to Jackass. If you think that Johnny Knoxville being rude and mildly annoying people makes for a great movie, then go check it out. But as for me, I'm giving this one a 5 out of 10. So part 2 of the Walking Dead review is out. If you want to see it, click the link right here. It'll be on YouTube within a week. If for whatever reason you want to see it on YouTube instead, I changed from Blip to Springboard, so now it should work fine with everyone's computers. Try it on mobile, that works well too. The only thing is they do have an upload size limit similar to Blip, so I've noticed with the longer reviews, like the Walking Dead parts, that there is a slight quality difference, like the quality's slightly worse than video uploaded that would be like 15 minutes or less in length. So if you guys could test the videos out, see if they work for you, give me some feedback, because there's also the possibility of if you guys wanted better video quality in the videos, I could always split up the longer videos, like the half-hour one, into two 15-minute segment videos and then just have like one on top of the other. That's a possibility, but right now, the way it looks, I say it's fine. So I've changed all the videos on my site right now to Springboard instead of Blip. So if there's ever a time that you wanted to do a YMS marathon and just watch all of them, now's the time. Test them out for me. Also, Springboard, they actually fucking called me. What kind of customer service is that? They actually called me. That's great. I've been like ignored by Blip and YouTube for forever, and all of a sudden this company is just like, "Hey, how's it going? So tell me about your thing, and this is what our company does, blah 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 blah." And I actually like it. I got treated like I mattered. So honestly, if you guys think that that deserves a little bit of attention, I think it does. So just watch however many videos you can on the site right now, and just give them a little friendly hello, and they can be like, "Oh wow, this guy's getting a bunch of views. Let's treat him even better." Also, I'll be releasing one Thoughts On video before the end of the month. Hopefully I can get part 3 of the Walking Dead review out before, like, within the first half of November. That's what I'm going to try to do. Hopefully that works out, because if my deadline for making a YMS video with Patreon, and those of you who don't know about Patreon, click that link below. It's what's paying my bills right now, aka you guys. If my deadline is monthly with that, I kind of want to transition myself to be putting YMS videos out near the beginning of the month and not the end, because I've been kind of scrambling for time the past 2 months. Now, I did have Vancouver Film Fest and Canadian Thanksgiving in October, so that's why I'm assuming that I can get part 3 done in a shorter amount of time, because I was fucking pulling like 10-hour days in my room repeatedly just to get this part 2 out, you know? It got released, and it's released in time for me to be able to pay my bills, but had I needed an extra week, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So that's why I'm going to try and bring YMS videos closer to the beginning of each month rather than the end, so I'm not completely fucked if I need an extra week. Also, we'll be continuing to do Thoughts On videos, although I'm not going to pay as much attention to when in the month. I'm just going to try and be releasing frequent content. Also, November 2nd at 3 p.m. is my $10 plus patrons Google Hangouts, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, anybody that donates over PayPal will be able to claim the same perk, and I'll invite you guys over whatever email you donate with, and we'll chat and have fun and laugh at people that are different. Also, new comment section on the website, yourmoviesucks.org. Much better than the Blogger default comments. So now it's like Discus, which a lot of websites seem to be using right now. It's kind of like Reddit comment section. I think it makes sense. You can vote and stuff. It's good. It's good. Anyway, watch a bunch of videos on the site, test it out. Let me know if there's noticeably distinct difference in quality between videos dependent on length, etc., etc. Leave your feedback, leave your comments. And part 2 will be on YouTube within a week, and I'll be getting part 3 out as soon as I can. Working my butt off, and I'm exhausted right now. Good night.